Tired? How bad can it be? How do you know if you're too tired to drive? You probably won't even realise it. That's the problem. The more tired you are, the less capable you'll be at recognising it. Fatigue is one of the 3 major killers on Australian roads and is a factor in over 20% of fatal crashes. So it's vital to know how to prevent driver fatigue. This is Jerry Humphreys, and he's a sales representative who regularly drives long distances. His job requires him to travel 2 to 3 days a week and approximately 300 kilometres per trip. Let's take a look at the steps that Jerry takes to avoid driver fatigue. Driving long distances can be mentally draining. Having to be constantly aware of your surroundings for a lengthy period can cause fatigue. Sleep requirements vary, but most healthy adults require at least 7 hours of sleep per night to function at their best. Jerry's work requires him to travel from Sydney to Canberra and back. Since he'll be driving roughly 6 hours in total, Jerry ensures he's well rested the night before. Having a healthy diet can help prevent fatigue. Eating well-balanced meals and snacks can help with boosting energy levels and reduce tiredness. Mindful of what he eats, Jerry has eaten a healthy breakfast and for the road has packed only light, fresh foods instead of heavy, fatty ones that can make him feel sleepy. Although tempting, sweets like chocolate and lollies provide only a short burst of energy, but then lead to a sudden crash in energy levels, leaving you tired and irritable. He's planned to take breaks throughout the road trip and has searched online for rest stops and refreshments along the way. In doing so, Jerry is able to schedule in these breaks without arriving late. He's now prepared and ready to head off on his work trip. On long drives, having a break for at least 15 minutes every 2 hours helps you to remain focused on the road. Some cars, including Jerry's, have a fatigue alert signal that begins flashing around 2 hours into each journey. Jerry has now reached this point and pulls into one of his planned rest stops. Simply getting out of the car to stretch your legs can help you feel more alert and refreshed. As it is recommended, Jerry began his commute in the morning, feeling fresh and energised. There have been days, however, when Jerry has been required to drive a 3-hour journey in the late afternoon after a tiring day's work. He's been driving for only an hour, but Jerry's already begun to notice the early warning signs of fatigue, such as tired eyes, minor headaches, and occasional yawning. Let's see what he has done to manage fatigue in this situation. He has fresh air circulating through the car, and now he's opened a couple of the windows to reduce the stuffiness that makes him feel drowsy. Due to this though, he's decided to do the safe option and pull over at an earlier rest stop to take a brief nap. If needed, Jerry is prepared to stop for the night. Jerry never fights fatigue, and neither should you. Follow the steps that Jerry has taken to make your long drives safer. Also, check with your local transport authority for more information on driver fatigue management. Remember, the only cure is rest.